Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Roman Reigns entered the Men's WWE Royal Rumble match 2025 with high hopes of winning. However, the original Tribal Chief's dreams were shattered when CM Punk eliminated both him and Seth Rollins from the Rumble match. Following this, Reigns also faced the wrath of the Visionary, who stomped his head onto the steel steps. Despite being one of the favorites to win the Rumble match, Reigns' failure to secure the victory came as a surprise to many fans. In this article, we will discuss 3 potential reasons why Roman Reigns didn't win the 2025 traditional Rumble match. Roman Reigns had an impressive undisputed WWE Universal title reign that ended after a record-breaking run as champion. After nearly 4 years of holding the title, letting the original Tribal Chief enter a title feud again so soon may not have been something Triple H planned for. This could be the reason why Roman Reigns failed to win the Men's Royal Rumble match this year. If the OTC had won the match, he would likely have been engaged in a title feud. However, the immense popularity of the head of the table still makes him relevant for a Mania mega feud, as he doesn't need the title to look bigger. So keeping the original Tribal Chief out of the title picture could be one of the motives behind his failure to win the Rumble match. The OTC has already proven his legacy and cemented himself as one of the best stars of this generation. The reality is that the OTC doesn't need a Rumble victory anymore, as he has nothing left to prove. Speaking of accolades, the head of the table has previously won the Men's Royal Rumble match back in 2015. With one Rumble victory already in his bag, Reigns doesn't need another one. Even with his guaranteed position as a main event star, Roman could easily get a world title shot at Mania without even needing to win the Rumble match. Giving Jey Uso the victory instead of the OTC would be something the YET Master needed more to elevate his position on the roster. So this could be why Reigns failed to win the traditional Rumble match. If Roman hadn't been eliminated from the Men's Royal Rumble match by CM Punk, along with Seth Rollins, WWE wouldn't have been able to plant the seeds for their potential triple threat bout. Thus, kicking off their upcoming feud could serve as another rationale behind why the original Tribal Chief failed to win the over-the-top rope battle royal. With seeds planted now, the company could easily set up a Mania triple threat bout between the 3 of them. The WWE Universe was in shock when Roman Reigns failed to emerge victorious at this year's Royal Rumble. The Tribal Chief, the man who has dominated WWE for years, was expected to stamp his authority on the match and walk into WrestleMania once again as the centerpiece of the biggest storyline in wrestling. But that didn't happen. Instead, Roman Reigns, arguably the most dominant WWE champion of the modern era, was left on the outside looking in. As another superstar punched their ticket to WrestleMania, Reigns found himself in an unfamiliar position, without a clear path to the main event. So, why didn't Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble this year? Let's break down the 3 biggest reasons behind this shocking outcome. Roman Reigns has built his legacy on power, control, and manipulation. For years, the bloodline has been his greatest weapon, ensuring that his title reign extended far beyond what anyone thought possible. But lately, that control has been slipping. Heading into the Royal Rumble, the bloodline was already fractured. Solo Sikoa had been making moves of his own, bringing in the monstrous Jacob Fatu without Reigns' full approval. Jimmy Uso, once the most loyal enforcer, was now struggling to find his place. And then there was the lingering ghost of Jey Uso, the man who walked away but still cast a shadow over Roman's empire. This instability boiled over during the Royal Rumble match. Roman didn't enter as a surprise late entrant to dominate the final moments. Instead, he shockingly entered midway through the match, looking to prove he could still win without the bloodline's interference. But as the match reached its climax, chaos erupted. Jimmy Uso tried to help Roman eliminate a major competitor, only for Solo Sikoa to intervene, telling Jimmy to step aside. That moment of hesitation allowed an opponent to capitalize, knocking Roman over the top rope. Eliminated, just like that. The disbelief on Roman's face said it all. He looked at Jimmy. He looked at Solo. And in that moment, he realized the truth. His own family had cost him the match. Whether intentional or not, the bloodline's dysfunction left Roman Reigns without the Rumble victory he so desperately wanted. For over 1,200 days, Roman Reigns has carried the weight of WWE on his back. He has main-evented pay-per-view after pay-per-view, defending his championship against the absolute best in the world. His matches aren't just fights. They're wars, physical, grueling wars that take a toll on even the most dominant superstars. And at the Royal Rumble, that toll caught up to him. Entering the Rumble match was a rare sight for Roman. Ever since becoming champion, he had largely avoided putting himself in multi-man situations where his title wasn't directly on the line. The Rumble was different. It was 29 other competitors, all coming for him, and they targeted him immediately. Roman took a beating. Every major superstar in the match knew that eliminating the tribal chief would send a message. He fought back as best as he could, eliminating several competitors with brutal Superman punches, spears, and Samoan drops. But something was different. Roman was slower. He was holding his ribs after every impact. He was wincing in pain after every fall. There was no doubt about it. His body wasn't the same. By the time the match reached its final stretch, Roman was running on fumes. He had fought off some of the best WWE had to offer. But when the crucial moment arrived, his body betrayed him. A perfectly timed super kick from a rival staggered him. A clothesline over the top rope finished the job. And just like that, the man who had carried WWE for years was out of the Rumble. For the first time in a long time, Roman Reigns looked human. And that is a dangerous sign for the future. Roman Reigns has been the guy in WWE for nearly 4 years. He has dominated WrestleMania after WrestleMania, facing legends, underdogs, and everything in between. But after so much dominance, WWE needed to do something different this year. The Royal Rumble wasn't just about who won, it was about who stopped Roman from winning. By keeping the tribal chief out of the Rumble victory, WWE has made one thing crystal clear. This WrestleMania will be the toughest challenge of Roman's career. Maybe it's Cody Rhodes finishing the story. Maybe it's The Rock finally stepping in to claim the seat at the head of the table. Maybe it's Solo Sikoa betraying Roman and taking his rightful place as the true enforcer of the bloodline. Whatever the case, Roman not winning the Rumble wasn't an accident. It was a statement. The WWE Universe is on the edge of their seats, waiting to see what comes next. Because for the first time in years, Roman Reigns is vulnerable. He's not in full control. He's no longer guaranteed a WrestleMania main event. And that is what makes this road to WrestleMania so fascinating. Roman Reigns didn't win the 2025 Royal Rumble, and while that shocked the world, it also opened up new possibilities. The bloodline is fracturing, and Roman may soon find himself without an empire. His body is finally showing signs of weakness, which could spell the end of his legendary reign. WWE is clearly setting up something huge for him at WrestleMania, possibly his biggest challenge yet. One thing is for certain, Roman's road to WrestleMania has never been more uncertain. And that might be the most exciting part of all.